Michael, this can't come off as a big surprise either. The sentiment around Marathon at Bungie is not great, it's claimed. Chris Scullion at BGC. The mood at Bungie regarding its upcoming game Marathon is not great, it's claimed. Appearing on the latest episode of Skill Up's Friends Per Second podcast, Bloomberg's journalist Jason Schreier was asked what the temperature check was at Bungie relating to Marathon. Quote, not great from what I've heard, end quote, Schreier replied. Quote, there's a reason that it was planned for this year and slipped a whole year, and people that I've talked to are a little pessimistic about it even hitting its current planned deadline. But we'll see. I don't know exactly when that is, sometime in 2025, I'm not sure. He added, yeah, the sentiment I've heard is not great around it, at least of a few months ago, end quote. Schreier also pointed out that the game received a leadership shakeup earlier this year when game director Christopher Barrett and executive producer Carrie Grueskus left the project. Given his opinion on the likely reception to the game when it's released, Schreier said it didn't feel the Bungie fan base would be enthusiastic about a PvP extraction shooter, and that was concerned to be its continued development may lead to a similar issue of that of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. right? But Jason Schreier also goes on to say how he thought the exact same thing of Helldivers 2, and well, look where that is now. Right? I don't know. We'll see what happens here, Michael. He continues though, quote, I'm worried about Marathon being in a similar situation where it's been in development for a while. It entered development when extraction shooters were super hot. I don't know if that's the case anymore. Michael, again, coming off of just playing Delta Force the other day, dude, that extraction shooter setup has me hooked. What are your thoughts on this?
I think it's an interesting one. Again, I mean, we played it this week. We played it on Friday. I do think the extraction shooter genre is very hard to pull off. There's a reason Tarkov is still the best one on the market right now, and that one's been out for a while because it's one of those that's very hard to nail. So I wouldn't say I would go full, it's going to be like Suicide Squad yet. I mean, it is Bungie. Despite their latest issues, they usually produce quality content. But I do think the fact that we're getting extraction shooter in 2025, it's probably going to come out after Delta Force, which is a game that you and I are very hyped on, which if that game does well, now all of a sudden you have to compete against two extraction shooters, not just Tarkov, could lead to one of those where just simply development delays, a delayed release date are going to put it in hot water. I already think they're tough with an extraction shooter, and if Delta Force does what you and I think it's going to do, I think Marathon might not be in the best spot unless it's, you know, unfortunately they're completely delayed to give it room to breathe, or maybe just, you know, cut off completely. We'll have to see.
No, absolutely. I think there's also right now a sentiment just around Bungie of the mood is at an all-time low, right? Don't forget just what recently happened, the 200 layoffs, and then people coming out saying management change. That plays into how everybody's mood goes in moving forward, right? But again, Jason Schreier also referencing from months ago, prior to all this news. So it is coming at a timely situation, I guess we would call it, really, right? But again, a lot of games when they're being developed, and I've seen this from a lot of developers themselves, say nothing comes together until like the final weeks. And they're still not there yet. Granted, now they have delayed the game a whole year due to whatever issues have come up, but it now puts you in a strange situation. Like you say, Tarkov, #1 right now, right? Delta Force, about to launch theirs here shortly. We're in the early alpha, and what we played in the alpha, dude, is hitting on all points for me. So do we need another one? We've seen a lot of people come and go. Cycle was a cool one, and they're gone, right? We've seen a lot of people try to jump in the Battle Royale scene. They come, they go. And again, is there room here? Here's the thing, Tarkov, PC only. Delta Force, coming to console. That's going to be their competition there for when it comes to Bungie's Marathon. Your competition is already on the platforms that a lot of people are playing on, also as PC, right? They're not just stuck on one platform like Tarkov is. So I'm curious if it's going to hit. Are people still hooked on the extraction shooter, right? Some people just love, hey, I want to play a battle royale. Dude, I played the other night, last night with friends of mine, and all they play is PUBG. That is it. And then every once in a while, they'll jump into some COD. Like, cool. But that's really like, that's their go-to. Can Marathon pull them out of that? I don't know. I think what Marathon is doing, though, is going to be unique because I don't think it's going to be exclusive to PlayStation for the reason that they need as many eyes and ears and players as possible to get in on Marathon to keep this live service experience going, right? We saw the huge success coming out with Helldivers 2. Nobody saw that coming, including Arrowhead themselves. Can Bungie pull that off, right? We've been so wrapped up in Destiny. Dude, I don't know if we got another one.